All right, no money spent squad. This is March 16th. Kind of wanted to do an update video on how the whole weekend went. I kind of played, so I didn't do as many videos, but I already have Diamond Joey Gallo and Fernando Tatis, and you're probably wondering how I did that without spending any money on stubs, and I also have all these other diamonds. The only diamonds that I've actually pulled are Acuna right here, who I still have. You saw that in the very first video. And then I obviously picked Mickey Mantle and Mariano Rivera in the first video of it. But I've been flipping the market very well. I've been looking at golds and buying them for cheap, and then selling them for uh, like waiting and selling. And the only other diamond that I have pulled is Steven Strasburg, who only goes for about 20K. So I'm looking through, just get a quick update on his price. He's an 87. Yeah, I sold him for around, I believe, 17K. So I was able to use that to get Joey Gallo. I had already had Tatis. But I've really been grinding out. I already have two of the conquests done. I have the first inning done. I have obviously the Tebow one because he's a meme. Um, I haven't played very much ranked seasons. I played one run about Battle Royale, which didn't end up going well. I stalled out after a couple of games. But I've completed all of the moments that I could. I've gotten all the way through the Mariana or the Welcome to the Moments. These ones just came out, but I'll probably bang those out later. Evolution, Dennis Eckersley, I have completed and I have gotten his 93 overall. So I have a solid bullpen already in the game. I've done one team affinity, but I've done a couple of the creative player ones, so that has really helped me get some some stubs. Not a ton, about 1,000 per position, so not anything crazy. But the way I was able to get Fernando Tatis and Joey Gallo is by playing very safe with the market. And I looked for a while at what would be the best way to do this. So when I went and did the San Diego Padres in the exchange, you go over to the sixth page, which is where all the silvers are. Now you might be tempted to look at the golds because they have the higher amount, and you just think gold, they're a higher tier, they have a higher exchange value, but they really don't. So if you look at Eduardo Escobar, and we'll look at their prices a little bit later, but these golds go for at least 1,200 to 1,600 depending each one, and they might even go for more depending on the player. But if you look at the 79s and the 78s, they go for significantly less. But so, and there's only about a 2,000 to 3,000 difference in their exchange value. So Max Muncy is an exchange value of 7,600 versus David Price is 47,750, and he's about a third of the cost. So we'll go check that out. So this is what I was doing when I went and did Fernando Tatis. I went through and I changed my overall to 78 and 79 because I figured that those are the best two overalls in terms of price and um, exchange value. That these are the fastest overalls to go and get. So I did the Padres. So the Giants are there, um, are one of their rivals. And Buster Posey, you don't really want to look at him. He's pretty expensive because he's one of the higher ones in that Giant set. Obviously, you can't do the Padres, but you look at the Dodgers. David Price's price fluctuates from around 650 to 700. Right now, he's stuck at 700 because somebody put up 22 of those. But he's doing he was doing really well. I got him for around 650 per, which is very good. So 924. um, but so if you do the calculation for how much stubs it costs to get David Price enough to do the exchange, then it costs around 7,000 stubs, just a little bit higher. You're going to be like 2,000 short. when you do it. So you're looking at around 7,000 stubs when you go and do this with David Price, because he's 47,775 per exchange. So you need 10 of them to get up to 47,000, and then you'll need the 2,000 extra to go and do that. So right there, that costs around 40,000 to do Fernando Tatis. But if you do the other Dodgers, so they're around 500 apiece. If you do the calculation for all the 78 overall cards, then you need around 13 to be able to get up to the 50,000 for each exchange. You'll be just short. You'll be at around 49,000 because you're at 3788. But right here, it costs around 6,500 stubs, so that's cheaper than David Price. So you might want to be wary on David Price. But if you look over, this is what I was doing personally. I was looking at the Rockies. I bought a lot of the Rockies cards because they were actually cheaper when I did it. But right here, Herman Marquez is 475. So that right there, that saves you some stubs per, and you're going to be buying a lot of these. So that'll save you probably 1,000 or so stubs when you go to actually get Fernando Tatis. So the best ones to look at, and of course I backed out, so I'll have to redo this, but the best cards to look at are these 79 to 78s, and you just want to figure out who is the best to buy for that. So I also have Joey Gallo. Oh, and the Diamondbacks are part of both of these, but I bought a lot of Robbie Rays as well because he was very cheap. For the Texas Rangers, you have to look at the Angels. Now, you don't want to buy David Fletcher because he's pretty expensive, but Andrew Heaney was a very good card for me when I did that. The Athletics, none of these cards came down, so Vita Blue is actually pretty expensive. This is one of the more expensive ones because Joey Gallo is in here, as well as Shohei Ohtani and Carlos Correa. But I was looking at the Astros, and Craig Biggio, going for more yesterday when I did it, but 600 a piece is very, very good. You're going to need 10 of those, so that's going to cost around 6,000. So you're going to get Joey Gallo for around 30,000 stubs, which is pretty good. If you look at what you could do with 30,000 stubs on the market, can't even get you this new Jimmy Rollins that just came out. It can't get you Duke Snider. And comparing Duke Snider to Joey Gallo is an absolute beast. He hits taters. Even the other outfielder that I have out here, where is Ronald Acuna? Ronald Acuna, they are the exact same overall. He goes for 50K. Christian Yelich goes for 50K. And Joey Gallo is a gold fielder with 99 arm strength and very similar or way better power. Not as good contact and speed and stealing and stuff, but very, very good compared to Christian Yelich. So that's the best way that I have found out to do the team affinities. I have a couple other ones that I want to target. I'm a Cleveland Indians fan, so I want to get Carlos Santana because he was very, very good for me last year. I played a couple tournaments with him, and he absolutely destroyed the baseball. And I also want to get Juan Soto because the Soto Shuffle is addicting. And I also want to get another one in that very expensive set of Shohei Ohtani because a pitcher that can hit is very, very intriguing to me. And I didn't get to play with him as a pitcher last year, so I would love to be able to pitch with him. I think he's a really interesting player. But yeah, that's the best way. Please leave any feedback down below, anything that you've found, any tips or tricks, and have a great day.